for Shrimpy to try and deny it. Also the multi-shots trying to slow down all of this from going on. Just the poking potential here from Navi is very, very strong as Athero and the Warriors here just holding the front lines. The standoff continues in these bushes.
That's crazy, actually, how both of these teams just won't budge. And right now, it looks like Navi, they might have made peace already with the fact that they won't be able to get a turn in themselves, so they kind of try and rotate towards the middle. They're trying to soak on multiple lanes, bottom, mid, but bottom lane was pushed enough that they couldn't. So I think ideally, Navi, they are okay with not getting the turn in immediately. They'd love to hit level 20 earlier and then making sure that they get it. Because if Dignitas fights without 20 against level 20, they're going to be in so much trouble. They're going to be getting crushed. And right now, I think Dignitas should be the one team to try and maybe engage before that happens.
Navi, oh, there's Johanna trying to pick him up there, realizing that they could have potentially been in the book. The Wild Elemental's gone down as well. Sanctification's been used already by Dignitas to try and get themselves a kill already here with the Army of the Dead also walking forward. I think Navi wants to disengage here. It's not going to be easy though. There's another Holy Ground. Divine Shield's been thrown down on towards Johanna. They're trying to blow him up as quickly as possible. Even if they get him, Splendor is in the back lines. Johanna goes down and Uther ends up falling as well. That's a 2 for 0. Oh, with the ball! I didn't even realize 2 more members fall. That's 4 for 0 here for Dignitas to be able to pick that up and gain a massive experience boost forwards.
Dignitas playing as one, isolating 3 heroes away from the other 2, taking them down very quickly and then using a Maw to turn around and kill 4 heroes in total. They can go for the keep.
They're looking for big damage here. They've got 30 seconds available to them. They're already going on towards this keep. This is a guaranteed kill. Even after this, look how many coins they have as well here. Dignitas is really ramping up the pressure and has now taken the experience advantage to move them on forwards to level 20.
That's exactly what it needed. A big fight win like this. That's what it came down to in the end. The engagement was beautiful. Shrimpy getting caught out of position. You might think, yeah, Johanna, not the end of the world, but it took so much damage. Divine Shield was forced to be used on him as well, and the rest of this team, the team was split. Dignitas so far in the semi-finals here, they're the team that's playing as one.
Is this another keep? Is this another keep with the cannon barrage coming in from Blackheart here? It could potentially be. That being said, there were still a few structures towards the middle, so maybe not. But getting this extra experience will push them forward to level 20. I don't think they're going to get an opportunity to use that 20 against the lack of 20 here from Navi because of their positioning at the moment, but at least they'll have it in their arsenal.
And the bots will come back in 20 seconds here as both teams are nearing here that final heroic boost here that you can get if you want to go for it here on level 20.
How many coins overall are we looking at for each of the teams here, Todd?
Quite a few. I think there is 15 on Navi and about the same on Dig.
Dignitas already getting a big, big turn in here. They've got a lot of coins available to them, but it's not the full turning just yet. They're 1 coin off. Zagara has it technically, I believe. She could try and go for that turn in here, and she is going to go for it. This could be big if they're able to get this. It's not going to be denied at all. Dignitas is buying time down towards the bottom here against Navi, and that is a full turn in once again here, going over to Team Dignitas. I think also moving it forwards here. Shrimpy's taking quite a bit of damage. They're looking for it. Sanctification's been thrown down, trying to keep Johanna alive during all of this. Alex is in the back lines, but that's another Holy Ground. Trying to go for the Divine Shield here to seal him down with also that Maw, sealing out JPL. There's the invincible pop by Shrimpy though. He will be able to keep himself for a little bit longer, and it looks like the palm is going to be able to save Bakery. Zarmany's going to take a lot of damage though at the front lines as well. How is he still alive? Leoric falls. Oh my god here with Dignitas being able to turn around this, and the cannon barrage still going on. They go for more. They get themselves the Uther.
They're just not losing any of those fights. They're on the chase right now. And Navi are going to be able to make it out, but already having lost 2 heroes, they're going to be in a bit of trouble.
Brilliant little moves here as well, as Redemption will be able to get Uther back into this fight. Maybe they can actually turn something around here. And Shrimpy still in this back line. He's going to take a lot of damage. And deserve invincible. And Johanna ends up being crushed into oblivion, with Uther also going down as well. Bakery is looking for more here. They have a brilliant opportunity now to do some big, big damage.
Yeah, Navi, they have some great pushing force in the top lane here against the keep of Dignitas across the map, but losing so many heroes, they tilted a little bit here for sure. They were not supposed to turn around and try and go for a fight when they were outnumbered. They lost patience. This is very uncharacteristic here of Navi, and Dignitas, playing so much better than the last time these two met. They're the ones right now putting in some serious work.
They're in a position where they can try and scrape back all of that momentum that Navi would have had, considering their last performance against one another on an official stage here, as it will be Peaceful Reports coming out from a bakery. So now every time he throws down a palm, if it doesn't pop, he will have an insurance policy against that. And that makes it, all in all, a very, very powerful little potential position that they have here.
That's the best explanation I've ever heard for a talent, man. I almost feel as if it should be called that, the insurance policy right there, because that's exactly what it is. Both of these teams are going to group up around the mid-chest, and we could have another fight here. Athero about a little bit of time, I think.
That's a big turn-in. That's a very big turn-in. Can Snitch get this? Oh, slightly out of range there was Alex, and they get themselves the full turn-in. So Alex now pushing on forwards against Dignitas. They can disengage, though, if they want. They're going to try. March to the Black Egg gets interrupted, and they're going to the mall there. Wow, what a move to be able to disengage away here for Dignitas.
Yeah, I think they know that this bottom keep is going to be dying across the map, and unless they fight now and lose, they should be in a great position here to win this game. So disengaging was the best thing they could do, and they used Devouring Maw and TRL beautifully here in order to do this. And I think right now, Navi are trying to force a fight. They know that they're behind. They need to win a big fight right now if they want to be able to win this game. So they're going to try to force a fight by faking that they're going for the boss. Oh, they might be able to get that fight.
On towards Athero, this could be a really cool move here by Navi already. We actually see the sanctification being used at the front. Leoric has already gone down in this fight. Wailing Arrow has been used. The boss is slamming on towards JPL. Oh my god, he blinks away. Very, very close call. But now he's being pinned in there by for a moment. And he may end up falling here. He's very close to them. He's got 12 coins on him. He ends up going down. So does Sagara as well. Sylvanas has been popped over there. They need those coins back. That's so important here. With Snitch trying to challenge on against Infernal. Another Divine Palm has been popped here, and it won't actually go down if they don't require it at all. That's a 4-for-1 trade overall. And they're going to pick up all of these coins and walk away. Brilliant moves by Dignitas. They're going onto the core. I didn't even think about it, actually, now that we look at it. They've got 30 or 40 seconds left available to them. Shrimpy's trying to delay it out, but it's not going to be enough at all. This is going to be Dignitas here, pushing on towards the core here, and they're trying to march here as Alex tries to find some desperate last moments here in game number 1. But look at the score. It's 17 kills against 5. Sanctification goes down for one last time here, and that will be game number 1 going over to Team Dignitas, and then get a little bit of retribution back here against Navi. What a game to start these semi-finals.
Retribution is the word, as Dignitas, they want their revenge here. Again, these two teams we've seen face off in the European Regionals, and back then it was all about Navi that won 3-0. It seems like the roles have been reversed here at BlizzCon.
It seems so. I'm just catching my breath a little bit. Once again, these games are extremely exciting for me. Grubby joins us once again here at the desk. Obviously, there were so many back and forth moments there in that game to start things off. Are there any particular moments that really stood out to you?
Well, Kalaris, it's never an easy moment for both these two teams as they face each other in a knockout. But I just want to show one moment here which I feel like summarizes the game the best here in this Windows 10 game DVR replay. Here we've got, I'm going to pause it for a second. Here we've got one of the many moves by Athero Angel where he uses Holy Ground to catch the frontline warrior, in particular Shrimpy on Johanna, many times. We see Shrimpy has the talent choices Conviction at level 7 and Fanaticism at level 16. Both of them give movement speed, either when using his W Condemn or using the Iron Skin, which makes him unstoppable, and every damage he takes, he becomes faster. So that is kind of his escape, but he cannot move through walls. And the Holy Ground functions like a wall. Actually, when you look at the game, Team Dignitas has been winning most of the fights, but we had the game starting with Natus Vincere winning the map, getting more experience.
Yes.
But these fights have started to really compound into a bigger and bigger problem. Here's one of the many moments where Holy Ground managed to catch a kill. This was a very long chase in a 5 versus 5. They are still, to a degree, chasing Shrimpy. Zarmany there, getting Shrink Raid. And now we have the full split. And in this moment, you've got to consolidate. I'm pausing it right here. You've got Johanna getting caught again, and also we have Splendor caught here as well. Up here, we've got 2 heroes from Navi who essentially have made it out. Now, losing a fight now would be bad, but they're still 1.2 levels ahead, Navi. Losing 1 or 2 heroes would be an acceptable sacrifice at this moment. as we play the game again, we can see that we have more sacrifices being made. We have the Divine Shield on Johanna, but cannot get away. Uther now dies as well, and that should be it. But we shouldn't have two trying to peel for some allies all the way on the other side, and this turned a pretty bad moment into practically a disaster with a 4-man wipe. And if they had decided early only Johanna, that would be it. If they said Johanna and Uther only, that would be it. But they came back, and I can only say it's, as Todd said, it's some kind of tilt where they were trying to save each other. As much as you want, when you can't, you just have to let it go. And they were unable to let it go. And Dignitas, with their superior team fighting, were able to get a huge jackpot here.
I think one thing that's important to note during that series, that first game as well, is that the Dignitas, Team Dignitas front line held so strongly. Neither Arthas or Tyrael died at all during that game. So something like 17 takedowns each to 0 deaths during that. So very strong front line. It's the front line that you actually see Team Dignitas being most comfortable with a Tyrael, with an Arthas. Arthur and Zarmany couple up really nice together with those two heroes.
We talk about this, it's kind of hard to die when you have Sanctification, Army of the Dead, and then Bakery as a Kazim. It's like, shame on you if you die. Only I could achieve that.
So many awesome Divine Palms here. I really feel like, I mean, the whole team played really awesomely, but Karazim with the Divine Palms and Ethereal Angel with the Tyrael play, and of course, I mean, all of them played amazing, but these two are like the most flashy and really made some epic plays.
What a game to start off our semi-finals here. It was definitely worth the wait. We're going to go to a short break, but before we actually do that here, let's hear from Team Dignitas as to what they think about their team captain.
ADRD puts a lot of time into looking at other teams, looking at drafts, looking at the way that team comps play into and around each other, and that just makes him able to shot call and draft really effectively.
I think the most important thing that ADRD can do for us this weekend is make sure that we're prepared with the strategy that we want to play and that we all know exactly how we have to perform that strategy. Because I think if we get in a situation where we know exactly what we want to do and he can bring us there, we can easily take any game.
I think the biggest thing that ADRD can bring for us this weekend is probably adapting in between games. If we lose the first game of the series, adapting why we lost, what they did well, how we can counter it.
He's like the drafter, the shot caller, so we can all of like trust him and listen to him.
I'm mostly responsible for our drafts, and when we are in game, everyone can shot call something, but I usually make the final decision.
For honor and glory.
I am the first of the Dryads.
Ravencourt will belong to the Gravekeeper.
Heroes, prepare for the arena. Prepare for trouble!
Make it double.
I feel a lot of pressure to deliver, in the BlizzCon because we are crowned as a Europe champion, and I wanna continue that streak. Can we retake?
Yeah.
Thank you. We feel a lot of pressure here at BlizzCon because we're kind of a favorite to win the whole thing, so it's a bit too much pressure. Retake! Okay, I'm just gonna say we don't feel pressure.
Okay, that's fine.
Here at BlizzCon we don't feel that much pressure since we know what we can do and it will go good.
I'm glad Shrimpy is more decisive in-game than he is during these interviews, that's for sure. Didn't go quite as well for them as it would normally here, as they are a dominant force here in the World Championship, but already they have had a little bit of a struggle here to start out this series. Team Dignitas taking game number 1. Was that expected here, Grubby? Did you really expect Dignitas to fly out of the gates like that?
I expected them to play better, but I expected them to look better while losing.
Okay.
I had so much confidence in Na'Vi that I expected, yes, Na'Vi will take it again, but it'll look a lot harder. I'm quite surprised to see them take the opening match here.
Yep, very, very strong performance by them here, as very soon we'll be getting into game number 2, of course, between Team Dignitas and Natus Vincia. But Todd, looking at that game, how it played out, you were alongside here casting with me for that game. What a great little game to start off our semi-final.
Absolutely. You can really feel the progression from the last time these two teams met. Dignitas, they've had the time to think back on these games, have some reflection, and be able to tell themselves, oh, you know what, next time we play them, we think we're pretty good, let's just do our thing, win some fights, and we're going to be okay. That's exactly what happened. They just engaged beautifully every single time, and the drafts were very equal. Again, I think you say that as well, Grubby, but I personally think that these drafts were very equal in terms of potential.
Yeah,
maybe to some people it was obvious, they were like, oh yeah, sanctification and...
Yeah, but you saw a lot of disengaged potential with that movement speed on Janna.
Yeah.
They always tried to get away when Sanctification was cast, which was probably the right thing. But yeah, just like you said, we cannot boil it down to a game of drafts here.